Hey, this is Pete. Thanks for checking out my channel and this week's blues guitar tutorial. So I've been working on combining rhythm and lead guitar together. I'm playing on my own with no backing track. So what I'm doing is I'm generating a shuffle rhythm in the key of A, it's in A major, and then I'm mixing in some pentatonic minor and major lines, also some chords and some double stops. So what I'm trying to do is phrase around the changes and paying attention to call and response. So it's a pretty good exercise for working on these things. So we'll get started with the example. I did some improvisation in this case, and then I'm going to follow it up with a little tutorial in what I was thinking as I was improvising. Alright, so remember that you can subscribe to the channel for these weekly blues guitar lessons, and I'd appreciate a like if you enjoy the video. Alright, I got the Strat plugged in, a clean tone dialed in, and I've added some amp reverb that I'm a fan of. And that introduction line, or lick, is just off of the pentatonic scale, and it takes me into my rhythm that I'm playing throughout, a Chicago blues lump style shuffle. A really good rhythm to practice this kind of combination of lead and rhythm together. So that intro lick is just based off of the pentatonic scale, pentatonic minor, with some added major notes like the major third, which I'm hammering on. All right. All right, so that's a good way of transitioning into the rhythm. And I've started to mix phrases or licks with my rhythm. Just based off the minor pentatonic. 10 to the 4. Back to the 1. And that's just sliding into that chord. Alright, that takes me back to the 1. Alright, so from the 4, I played 1 bar of rhythm, and then I played 1 bar of line or lick, which then takes me back to the 1. Okay, so for the last 4 bars of the 12-bar progression, I'm thinking in terms of the target notes. I'm not really thinking about pentatonic here. So that, if you hear the E dominant 7 chord, I'm really trying to phrase around that chord using chord tones. That's my 4 or D7. All right. And then a little turnaround line to take me resolving back to the 5, which is the E dominant 7. For the next 12-bar section, I'm starting things off on the first 4 bars on the 1, and I'm doing a sliding A7 chord. I'm sliding into that and playing some triplets. right, so here's the A dominant 7 chord. Doing triplets into that. Then I'm playing this double stop on the G and the high E string. And then hammering onto the A major chord. And my response back to the rhythm. And that's the second half. All right, and then I went back to the 4. Back to the 1 there. And then the last 4 bars of the 12-bar progression. So coming off of the 1 chord, I go into the 5, and this is what I'm doing on the 5. Just based off the E dominant 7 chord. To the 4. All right, real Eddie Taylor line there. And then a turnaround line. Okay, so that's just double stop. D and the high E string, and I'm keeping this A note steady. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and got some ideas on combining rhythm and lead guitar styles while playing a Chicago blues shuffle. You can definitely get a lot of ideas from listening to some of the greats like Magic Sam and Otis Rush, Buddy Guy, and of course Eddie Taylor, who I was quoting at the end of my example. So there's many more lessons on my playlists. Please check those out. And remember that you can subscribe to my channel for weekly traditional blues guitar lessons. All right, we'll see you again really soon.